and add negative keywords. So it's all about fine tuning. So
that's that spike we've done in the right.
Yeah, that's Google's magic spike. Google was saying, hey, I was on target CPA, so that spiked to $300. Google was saying, hey, I'm going to risk some phone calls for you at this ridiculous price because I'm going to average it out the next day.
Gotcha.
So you kind of have to trust Google at that point, but you want to wait till your campaign's perfect. So at the end of the day, guys, how do we win on Google? Dedicated landing pages per ad group if you can do that, okay? So if you can build one landing page like mine, and you guys saw this landing page. Check it out. This landing page, I teach you how to, we clone my landing page. We clone it. In my course, we clone it together using leadpages.net. It's $50 a month, 14-day free trial. Click my link in the video description. No, I'm just kidding. But anyways, no, for real, just go to leadpages.net. They're the cheapest, best. And I teach you how to set up the call tracking, conversion tracking, set all this up, and then imagine if you guys have photos, try to get a crew photo of you cutting a hot tub, a crew photo of you carrying furniture, crew photo of you busting down a fence, whatever the ad group, custom hot tub, furniture, junk removal, and general family photo, just at least those three would be a great start. But with that being said, dedicated landing pages per ad group would help. You don't have to do this in the beginning. I have one landing page with a family photo. You saw it. It worked out great for me. Okay? Careful keyword selection. Okay? So this means we're going to bid on the keywords that we only want to bid on. So junk removal pricing, junk removal cost of junk. Maybe just in phrase match, we put the negative keywords cost, price, pricing. Maybe we don't bid on anything that has cost and pricing in it, just to kind of protect yourself of price shoppers. Then when things get going, you can add those back. I bid on those keywords because you can sell some price shoppers. Aggressive negative keywords. We go through this in my course. It takes time, okay? Do not ever hire a local ad agency. You will get burned. Unless they truly understand junk removal. And I guess what you can do is pop quiz them and be like, yo, what's 10 negative keywords in my business you would put right now? The trash, garbage, city, and county, and free, do not make those first 5 keywords, don't hire them, okay? Wow. So, and bulky item might be something you want to protect yourself. Every bulky item phone call I got was generally somebody who thought it was the city with a free bulky item pickup. So, jobs, careers, company, scrap, metal, landfill, recycle, all kinds of keywords. You guys will see in my 5-hour course what pops up. Avoid pricing. Monitor search terms every single day. That was the search term screen. Google at the end of the day, actually it's real time, I think, shows you what people are searching in real time. And you can immediately be like, fuck, I forgot that negative keyword and add it. Start with maximize clicks and each week slowly increase your max cost per click. So, what you want to do is we're going to start with the bidding strategy called maximize clicks. Okay, we're going to set our daily budget to 50, and we're going to set our max CPC at $5. Now, you'll probably get nothing. You might get, maybe the people who scroll down and go to the next set of ads, maybe you're the very last ad, but you can at least start seeing what people are searching and protect yourself. Then next week, you increase your max cost per click to $10 or $7. Monitor the keywords. Then next week you do 10, then 12, then 15, and then eventually you get to $20. You set your max cost per click to 20. That is kind of the market of what we're paying on average per junk removal click. It's pretty ridiculous, but think about it. Every 3 clicks is generally a phone call. Every phone call takes us two calls to close, and your average job size is 550. The math works out. So now, running the campaign yourself. Now, this is where things get tricky, because I get people who call me all the time and they're like, Andrew, I just tried X, Y, Z, X company, I tried Y company, I tried Z company, and they hopped from, I'm not going to name any of them, but they hopped from junk removal advertising companies, people who specialize ClickSpeak, they're like, Andrew, ClickSpeak didn't work for me. And I made a video dedicated to this on why it's potentially not working. I made an entire video dedicated on why it's not working. And I've only come up with one solution. Is number one, if it's not working with those people, it's probably you suck on the phone. You suck on the phone. That's funny. Probably blowing your budget way too fast because they do have a limit, and the data collection phase is very expensive, and they probably just get burnt out over the first month or two because most ad agencies know this shit, but they don't care as much as I do when I was running my campaign. Even with ClickSpeak, I was in monitoring my campaign daily and making adjustments. It would piss Ed off. It pissed him off, but eventually my campaign average is 4.1x. I put in 250, I got back 1.1. So, the long story short, guys, is if you go with an ad agency that does run junk removal ads, theoretically it should work. I have a video that you need to watch that explains if you're going to hire one of those ad companies, watch that video. But at the end of the day, nobody's going to care about your campaign as much as you. And it's really easy. Once you finish, it's set it and forget it. I have not touched my ads in 2 years. Don't touch them. They just run. So the first 4 months, I lived and breathed my ads. But once you're done, they run forever. You set it to target CPA, Google learns. So when I say I haven't touched my ads in 2 years, I haven't touched them in 2 years. They just run. The only thing I change is my budget sometimes.
What about don't you think trends will change, keyword trends will change? Do you monitor that, or do you?
No, because at the end of the day, Google knows your target CPA. Right. They know the keyword. People are, at the end of the day, people are searching junk removal. Right. Get rid of furniture, junk removal, hot tub removal. Right. The same. Now, is there 100 keywords in between? Yes, but they're all. So Google knows with all the data it has over the past year, 2 years, it knows I need to give Andrew phone calls at $55. Right. Okay? Now, the only thing that can change is you will get less phone calls because the market is now saying it's 75. Right. And that's where it sucks. That's where that's where it starts to suck, is it might be getting more expensive. But you can slowly increase and find out where you start getting more clicks and more phone calls, and you can start figuring out what it's going to cost you. But at the end of the day, running your campaign yourself is probably the best. Or working really closely with the ad agency and showing them this, or showing me like, hey, give me access, I want to monitor it, and work together, because at the end of the day, guys, it's really easy to run it yourself. It's kind of, the setup process is kind of annoying, but this is how I would win. Now, obviously, putting this into practice is a little bit harder than, just all of this. It is a little bit of work, but it's going to be worth it. So, that is, if you want my free Google Ads course, talk to me after. It is completely free. There's no little pitch or sell. It's 100% free.
Where can we find it? Yeah, I do. Yeah, where can we find it?
Talk to me after.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll give you guys access. It's in my private community, school.com. So, now, before we jump into Facebook, guys, did that help a little?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
One question.
Yeah, now, so questions before we jump into Facebook, guys. Open Q&A real quick.
For the big companies that are putting in junk removal or whatever, what makes it different for them that they get the job, or they get the conversion versus someone else?
So, what makes it different? So we got junk here. What was your question? What makes...
Like, I search junk removal, and they're paying for ads, I'm paying for ads.
Correct.
What makes them show up higher, or...
So the only thing that makes them show up higher is they're willing to spend more money. That's it. So I could technically, this is a bidding war, right? We're all saying how much we're willing to spend per click, and we're fighting for this top position. We're bidding. So at the end of the day, there is a limit to where we're eventually going to be like, okay, we are not going to pay $50 a click. We will lose money. So there is a max bid that we're all willing to pay. Now, it seems to sit around $20 a click. That is where the market is willing to pay right now. And if your conversion rate is 30%, right? If your conversion rate, just do the math. So the conversion rate means, you can't see all, 761 clicks. So 761 people clicked, this many people actually called. So the higher your conversion rate, the better, but at the end of the day, it really is, we're bidding against each other. Now, ad copy does make a difference, by the way. Having good ad copy. I don't think you, so in my course, I show you my ad copy. We go over all of my ad copy, but ad copy does make a difference. You want to have good ad copy to get better clicks. But yeah, at the end of the day, man, it's just, if you want top position, you got to pay $20 a click. And even with 1-800-GOT-JUNK paying $20 a click and I'm paying $20 a click, they're going to rotate you. They try to rotate us, right? So to give us all even share. I had a, real quick, Matt, I had something I wanted to test that I never did test. I thought it would be genius to have two positions. I was going to start a sister company. And yes, I'd be bidding against myself, but if I can take 2 positions at a time, so Jedi junk removal and then whatever, Anakin junk removal, you know?
Nice.
What's up?
Hey, I was wondering about, do you know anything about, doesn't the price of what you pay per click fluctuate based on the quality of your ad copy? Like,
Yeah, so we actually kind of discussed that right here. This cost per click, especially if you're using target CPA, Google will adjust at certain times of the day how much they're willing to bid for you. So like Sunday, I made an example, Sunday 4 to 6 p.m., they might be willing, Google will increase how much they're willing to spend. Like, hey, I might spend $19 a click Sunday between 4 to 6, and it'll show you in your Google account, and then tomorrow between 2 and 4, we're gonna bid $15 because whatever math they're doing to get this target CPA, but, oh shit, I was going the wrong way. This target CPA, wherever the target CPA is, right here. So Google will fluctuate what you spend in order to hit this target CPA, but what you're asking is, does your ad copy affect what you're paying? Okay, so nobody truly knows, Google doesn't give their algorithm away, right? But what I think is no, but it will affect how many clicks you get and your conversion will suck. And then Google's gonna be like, Google's gonna try to optimize and be like, oh, since his ads suck, we gotta spend more money. So you wanna try to get your ad copy good, so Google might spend more money to get you towards the top. So short answer, maybe yes. Okay, that was a little workaround we had to do right there. Because yeah, if your ad copy's bad and your landing page is bad and you're not getting clicks or conversions, Google's gonna have a really hard time placing you in the mix, and their only answer is gonna be like, oh, this fucker's gotta spend more money. So really try to fine tune your conversion, get your conversion rate as high as you can, have good ad copy. But yeah, any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So is it possible to set up the campaign for just one keyword? Like say the only thing I want to do, for example, is hot tubs. Is it possible?
Absolutely.
That way that's the only thing.
Absolutely. 100%. In my course, we start with just junk removal. We start with one campaign, junk removal campaign. Then you work your way to furniture, hot tub, but you can absolutely start with hot tub. Now, are you gonna get a fuckload of search results like junk removal does? No, but you can absolutely focus on hot tub removal. Spa removal, hot tub removal, jacuzzi removal, whatever.
Because my biggest worry was that, like say the conversion is $55, if I get a $100 job, just for like one small little pickup or something.
Oh yeah, but your average job size averages out and takes all your jobs into account. I get single item calls all the time. It absolutely sucks. I probably only closed 25% of the single item removals, which is why I was going to start doing loss leaders like .junk. I was going to start doing loss leaders. Loss leader guys is you do single items for a lot cheaper because you get them in your database, you can remarket to them later, you can ask to leave a yard sign in the yard. They might tell friends, they might refer you, you can drive your truck around their neighborhood, you can do door hangers. There's a lot of other benefit to a single item where you take a loss. I was at a point in my company where we're averaging 80 grand a month, and I was about to start doing loss leaders, meaning single item pickups. I was about to be the asshole you guys hate and doing $99 single item pickups, because not only do you get the advertising in the neighborhood from your truck, You can do 5 door hangers up, 5 door hangers down. You can ask to leave a yard sign in the yard. They're now in your database. They might refer a customer. You can see the benefits long term might outweigh the loss. But to answer your question, single item hot tub removal, yes, you can do that. And there's no avoiding single item removals. You could probably bid against, you could probably avoid furniture removal and appliance removal campaign ad groups, because generally speaking, it's usually appliance removal and furniture removal that has the single items, and you could just stick with junk removal. But yeah, single items is kind of the name of the game. Sucks. I hate those phone calls. You remember every time I got a single item, I'm like, God damn it!
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
Leave those to load up.
Yeah, load up, get dimension, trash worry, fucking. Any other questions before we go to Facebook?
I got one. So, has there been any improvements in the Google local service ads, or are they still just not?
So I stopped running them in my last months before I sold the company, November, December. It's just too expensive, and this is performing 10 times better.
So no improvement since
Yeah,
the crash?
yeah. It's so you could limit how much you're willing to spend per phone call, but I had it on maximize phone calls. So yeah, and we'll talk about Google local services too. Kevin, you had a question?
Yeah, you're using AI for copywriting. What are your feelings about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Just add your human element to it. You're completely fine. Yeah, those AI copywriter detectors and stuff. Yeah, you'll be fine. Google's not going to be all like butthurt about that. But that's a question more Matt would know better than me. But I think if you take what it spits out and you add some human to it, just change a couple things, I think you're fine. Any other, my man, Dean?
Yes.
That's my middle name.
I was going to ask you as a local Google Guarantee, is it true that, let's say, if more people get on the Google Guarantee list, that it becomes more competitive for in terms of they raise the price?
Oh, that's what's right. That's it. Absolutely, it's the same thing. We're bidding against each other. We're willing to spend. So there's actually two things: how much you're willing to pay per phone call, and weekly budget. On Google, it's daily budget. On Google local services, it's weekly budget. It's the same shit. We're all bidding against each other how much we're willing to pay for a phone call. So at the end of the day, there's going to be a limit that we're all willing to pay. Even Junk has a number that they're willing to pay. So it will level out and balance out. The national average for me has stayed $55. Target CPA, cost per lead on Google. My local services phone calls got up to $80 to $90 per phone call. And that's it, I'm in LA. And I know a lot of people in different states are having this problem too. Google local services, now why is Google local services more expensive? The answer is really simple. Do you guys know why? It's easier. People give up here, they go to Google local services because it's easy. One click, you're good. You get the Google Guarantee badge, you just send in your COI, certificate of insurance, and boom, you're at the top. So there is way more people fighting here than here. People stick with this for about 3 months, they give up, they burned all their money, and they say, fuck Google. So my theory, guys, is this will all balance out soon. I think the national average will stick around 55, so I know some people in different states, they're telling me they're paying like 75, 90, some people even told me if they hit 150, but they just aren't running the Google ads right. So I think if you guys just stick it out, wait for all the people to flood into Google, they're going to fall out soon, and you guys are going to stick around, and you guys will be able to win on Google. So that was Google, guys. Any other questions? I hope that helped. Yeah.
I noticed on the graph wherever you had the cost of acquisition, like it would go up and down. Whenever you're noticing that it goes up super high, do you pause that?
No. So.
Because I noticed it would go up and then suddenly you would have it go all the way down. So I don't
Yeah.
know if you're pausing them or like,
No. So, and that is, this hurts. This really hurts. And I remember, it took me probably about a year, so I finally just.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah, so, Gabe, you remember when I would like, oh my God, and then eventually you would hear me be like, that's just how it is. Just how so, this is Google trying to do its magic, okay? This is Google trying to do its target CPA and get you at $55. So, You gotta remember, you gotta average Google out over the course of a month. Never take Google over the day, the week, or 2 weeks. You take Google over the month. You average it out. Google's trying to do its magic here. So what Google is saying is, I'm gonna screw you today to help you out in the next few days. So you're gonna have, I promise you, it took me about a year for me to finally get used to it in my gut. Because you will make money by the end of the month. Sometimes I'm breaking even for the first 2 weeks of the month with payroll and just ad spend is kind of aggressive and workers' comp, pay, whatever your expenses are. But towards the last 2 weeks of the month is where you really start to I would start to profit. And I don't have good credit, so I was paying everything, employees up front, I dumped in gas, 2 trucks, I was paying all this shit up front, gas and dump fees, and it really stings sometimes. But it's always towards the end of the month, you will get your 3x minimum. So you put in 20,000, you will get 60 grand back. If you do that, you will. If you close 50% of your phone calls and you follow my course, you will get a minimum of 3x return. On good months, 5x. So, can I answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier that you don't want to send them to your website. But if you're getting all these clicks, wouldn't you want to help
Yes.
your website boost the SEO? So why would you hide these clicks from going to your website and helping you out there at the same time?
Yeah, there's actually a lot of benefit from sending them to your website. You can put a Facebook pixel on your website, and you can retarget the customers. There's astronomical benefits to sending them to your website. The problem is it's too complicated. For you to send them to your website and turn them into a converting customer and setting up conversion tracking on your website. Now, if you think you can do all of that properly with my course and set up a separate page on your website, or even if you send it to your homepage and your homepage is good, some people on their homepage, they just got too much going on. And if you can set up conversion tracking on your homepage and you can make it simple and to the point where you would want to send customers there, yes, there's astronomical benefit to sending them to your website rather than a separate domain/landing page. And the biggest benefit is, yes, Google will see the paid traffic and then the organic traffic, and Google sees what you're doing. But also, you can set up a Facebook pixel, which we'll talk about in the next one. Facebook pixel, very powerful. You can retarget people who have been to your website on Facebook. But short answer, absolutely, you would want to do your homepage. But most people's website is not good to send a Google customer. They'll just leave because they'll get confused with everything going on.
But if you have Carl was doing 7 pages.
Yeah.
And then you have book now on that page.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be like a landing page?
Yes, yeah. So you can, yes. I show you guys how to do it on a domain because most people, they have WordPress set up, they have some Wix, WordPress, their website's done by an agency, and it's just not, there's not a universal way for me to teach people how to set up conversion tracking on their platform because their website's completely separate from them, right? So for me to teach them how to build a simple landing page is much easier because at the end of the day, you're sending Google customers to this landing page and you need a phone call. But are there side benefits to having it on your website? Absolutely, absolutely.
You can always forward it to your website, but he's talking about tracking.
Yeah.
There's tracking down.
Yep. Kevin?
Are you using subdomains for those pages?
No, you can simply, so Jedi Junk Removal LosAngeles.com is one of my pages, is my domain for the main junk removal page. You can do Jedi Junk Removal Los Angeles/hot tub. So that's, you don't need to do a subdomain, which is hot tub dot. Right. So no subdomain needed.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So I had a question. When I was scaling up iHaul, before I went all in on SEO, I was doing Google ads in 2021. I spent $250. But
Oh shit, you're a big spender too.
I had my phone turned off the whole year. So what I set custom conversion tracking, and the conversion was the landing page that they go to after they book online.
Okay.
So I would tell Google that my custom conversion
Is online booking?
Online bookings by tracking the landing page.
So you didn't do phone calls at all?
I did one phone call and I did 4x.
I
did 964 in sales,
For-
and all
wow.
one custom conversion was
From just online booking, that's insane.
I did it with 0 employees.
That's insane.
That's cool.
Definitely talk to Matt about that, because I have never, that's crazy, that's awesome.
I thought I was doing it wrong though, because when I started, I was getting online bookings for 20 to 50. Online bookings for 20 to 50. So at the end of the year, it was like 100, 150, and I thought it was bad.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, $100 for an online booking is
Yeah.
It's what you pay.
Yeah, 55 bucks for a phone call, but times two. But if you're getting an actual online booking, now the only difference is when you do show up to the online booking, do you close them, right?
I mean,
but usually it's we close in person 95% of the time. Yeah. That's bananas in a pancake. Anyways, any other questions before we? Are you guys over this? Or do you guys want to go over Facebook ads too?
We got Facebook, yeah.
Okay.
Good job, bro. Good job.
Okay, awesome. So I've only been wow, hour and a half? Yeah. Sorry. I thought it was going to be done in 2 hours, so it's probably about right. So, let's jump into Facebook ads, guys. Facebook ads is probably the best way to start, for sure, before Google ads. Google ads is probably the best way to scale and forever have an ever-ending river flowing of leads, hot leads now. I want junk removal today or tomorrow, and the highest paying customers. Google ads should be your long-term goal, right? If you want longevity in your company, it's going to be SEO and Google ads, okay? You want to have both. You want to have leads from all sources, but Google ads will be this never-ending river. If you get perfected, you can always depend on having extra money coming in from Google ads. So yes, you put in 10, you get 30 back. You should be getting 40. Guaranteed. Over the course of